The past 3 months that I've been working there have probably been among the best 3 months of my life. And part of that is the new job. Part of it is who I am now. And when I first started Conquer, my very first meeting with Jeremiah, we talked about how I hold myself to impossible standards. I think that's true of a lot of hard drivers. A lot of the people in Conquer, I can see that, right? They hold themselves to almost impossible standards. He recommended a book called The Gap and the Gain. And in that book, basically, if you live in the gap, you're always looking at, okay, I've achieved this goal that I set for myself, but now the goal is here. Now the goal is here. And you just always live in that gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that's something that I've really embraced over the past 3 months. And now I can kind of take a deep breath, look around and go like, yeah, it's pretty good. I was a teacher for a really long time. So I used to teach high school English, did that for 13 years. Really what brought me to Conquer was number one, his story and background. And number two, the fact that I felt like I was a little bit lost. I was not enjoying the work I was doing, but I didn't know if that was because I was scared to be doing something new. The challenges that I was facing were really based on change. I knew that I wanted to change, and I made a lot of huge changes at the same time. And when I did that, it took everything in me to basically keep my head above water. I just felt like I was lost a little bit. What I came to realize prior to Conquer was that as much self-development as I had bought into and attempted, if you looked at my yearly goals, every January 1st, there were like 3 or 4 that were the same. And that wasn't changing. So I was doing all these different things, trying to throw a lot of possibilities and a lot of possible solutions at it. And I just wasn't getting the results that I really wanted. So I found a role that I absolutely love. It is a fully remote work environment, a leadership role where I get to really have an influence and impact on the people around me. So that's huge. That's a huge win. The second one, my relationships with friends, family, and especially my wife, better than they've ever been. I'm also feeling very healthy. My mental and physical health are both better than they have been previously. Weekly check-in calls allow for learning opportunities, members to ask one another for help, Jeremiah, our coach, for help, and I always take away at least something new. The reality is, if you want to actually change your life, you've got to do the work. The more active you are, the more honest with yourself, the more you'll get out of the program. There's plenty of opportunity to learn, grow, and develop, but you have to take those opportunities.